Yeah.
Woo! Oh yeah! Welcome to Cooking with Nate. Hi, I'm Nate May, and you are here cooking with Nate. I've got some parsley and I've got some dill, and we're gonna get started today. We're gonna make some vegan zucchini mock crab cakes. So zucchini cakes. We're also going to be serving them up with a caper sauce, a lemon caper sauce, as well as some pickled red onions. I can't wait to show you all how to do that today, especially cooking with two of my great friends. Let me introduce to you Kristen Shear and Jessica Zutro. I'm excited to have you. Yeah.
Very
Welcome
excited.
to the show.
Thank you, Nate.
It's such a beautiful day, and you people are so beautiful.
I woke up this
man.
morning and I was like, you know what I want to cook? I want to cook some zucchini cakes with my friends Nate and Jess.
Woohoo! Well, you're in for a treat. I feel like this is the perfect thing for this time of year, especially as it starts to get warmer outside. This week here in Portland, it's going to be up to the 80s this weekend. But instead of giving you the weather report, I'm going to tell you about some great zucchini cakes. So, are you all ready to get started on this fun meal that we're going to make today?
Oh, so ready.
Yeah.
So ready.
So ready?
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to start off by shredding up some zucchini. We're going to take about 3 medium-size or average-size zucchini, as you see Jess holding there, and you're going to grab a box grater. There we go. I'll go over here to this station over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to shred these up. We're going to wash and remove the ends. And I'm just going to... You're going to want to take it and be a bit perpendicular to the grater. See, if you grate at an angle, you'll get longer pieces, but what we really want here is short little pieces of zucchini to go into our crab cake. So I'm just going to start on it, shredding them down right here.
You just said crab cake.
Yeah, you did.
Did I say crab cake?
Yeah.
I meant
that's
zucchini cake. They are
like
mock
it.
crab cakes.
Mock crab.
So basically,
I feel like-
if we know how to make this, we know how to make a crab cake. Is that what you're telling
Exactly.
me?
If you wanted to add crab to this recipe, you could.
Wait, so you tell
if
me
you
you
wanted
just
to
take
add-
a crab? Nate, you just take a crab and you shred it in a cheese grater? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
shell and all. You would just shred up a whole crab. No. There we go.
Oh, goodness.
You're
I'm
gonna-
going to get my fingers. Okay.
Yeah, watch your fingers
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Be careful. Safety first.
Safety first.
Just gonna...
Dun, 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 dun. That's the
You
song
know,
for
it's food. How dangerous can it be? It's food.
How great would it be if this was the entire show of just me grating zucchini?
I love it. I have a mad scientist concoction of a grater over here. It's actually meant for cheese. I don't have a box grater. So this is gonna take all day, and it's great.
I appreciate the spirit of... Yeah, I appreciate the spirit of improvisation right there.
Yes, there we go.
Like, don't have a box grater? Honestly, if you don't have a box grater, you could just shred things up by with a knife, cutting things really small.
Abby, Nate is great. That's a really good one there.
Nate the Greater.
Nate the Greater. You don't have to push as hard as you do with cheese, so I gotta slow down.
No, yeah.
Says you. Try using this thing.
Oh, right. You got it. You gotta push as hard as cheese. Push it real good, cheese. The Greater. Then where do you
There
put
we
your
go.
zucchini?
So once you've shredded your zucchini, what you want to do is grab a colander,
Okay.
and you're going to put the zucchini into a colander and put that colander over a bowl.
Oh yeah, I'm prepped and ready.
There you go.
So much beautiful zucchini. It's so gorgeous. It's so pretty.
It smells really like grassy and nice.
I feel like bunnies would really like it. But I don't know
Bunnies
what
would love this. I don't know much about bunnies, but I do know most people would love this recipe. Okay.
I think bunnies and people aren't too different.
Well, Nate, you
My
have not
theory.
failed us yet. You said that we can make everything on your list, and both Jessica and I are admittedly terrible cooks, which is why we're doing this show with you. And so far, I've had way more success than I ever dreamed of. Nate, you're so patient, and you tell us how to do everything.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Okay,
Where
so
is
once
Mr.
you've got the
James Beard? we need a James Beard award.
Aw. Thanks, Dana.
Oh.
Dana's saying I've got a good new haircut, and that's true. I got my haircut this last week. Chopped off all my beautiful locks. Okay, so once you've got the colander over top of the bowl and the zucchini in the colander, you're going to take a little bit of salt. And I would say just a few teaspoons of salt, maybe a tablespoon. You're just going to sprinkle that in there and then mix it in. If you have clean hands, you can go ahead and use your hands. Or if you want to use a spatula, you can go ahead and do that.
If I could cook and mix everything with my hands, I would.
The reason we're adding the salt is the salt is now going to pull the liquid from the zucchini, and it's going to drain out into the bowl. So what's going to happen is we're going to have less wet crab cake or zucchini cakes. Man, I keep saying crab cakes. There we go.
That's all right.
Once you've got the salt mixed in, clean your hands off and set the bowl aside.
Okay. I got some salt in. Okay, here we go.
There we go. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to slice up one large red onion.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to cut the ends off and then peel the red onion. There we go. Take that peel nice and off. Okay. I'm just gonna some nice thin slices.
Everyone, I'm going to keep you posted, but I'm going rogue. I left behind my other grater. I'm now using a knife to just chop the zucchini really small. Don't tell Nate. Everything is going to be fine.
Shh, no one can hear you.
Wait, don't tell Nate what?
Chopping up nothing.
Well, all right,
Chopping up
okay.
some onions over here.
Nate, can you see this onion and tell me if it's thin enough?
I would want to try to go a little bit thinner than that. I would say less than a quarter of an inch, about an eighth of an inch. If you're curious as to how to eyeball that, I would say that less than the thickness of a pen or a pencil.
Okay.
Is what we're going for. So there we go. We'll bring this up to the camera a little bit. There we go. There we go. A little bit thin like that. You can see a little thinness.
Oh yeah.
I'm really digging this new overhead cam.
It's awesome. You're so fancy.
Cool.
Yes.
Shout out to John Sim.
John Sim.
All right, once your onion's sliced, you're going to grab a small or a medium saucepan.
Okay.
You're going to grab your vinegars. We're going to do 1 cup of red wine vinegar and a half a cup of apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of water to this mixture in the pot. So we're gonna
question,
right in the pot.
Nate, last time I messed up with my sauces, this whole beautiful mason jar you gave me goes into the pot.
Yes, that goes, I measured that out for you. That's gonna go in there with a 1/2 cup of water.
Okay.
Okay, get a 1/2 cup of water.
And Nate, this is our pickling liquid?
Yes, this is going to be our pickling liquid.
Ooh, pickling liquid.
Once this is in the pan, you're going to add your tablespoon of sugar. Just regular
Also
granulated sugar.
Is this measured out? Or do I need
Yes.
to measure it?
That is measured out for you as well.
Thank you.
You're going to add a teaspoon of salt as well.
Okay. Salt it up.
Sorry,
we're gonna
I
bring
keep
this to-
disappearing to go get my teaspoon of salt. Great. Got it.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like a lot of salt.
Yeah, you're going to put this on high and bring it up to a boil.
Okay, put it on high. Do I know how to turn on this stovetop? I'm gonna figure it out.
Hey, Nate. Say someone had a
Yes,
bunch
Kristen.
of jars of half-empty pickle jars at home. Could they use that as a pickling liquid?
They could. You know what I like to do? When I run out of pickles and I have a pickle jar that's half full of liquid, I'm tempted to drink it because it's delicious. But I have been known to take like extra veggies like carrots or cucumbers and throw it into that liquid. However, it won't pickle completely because you're not really cooking anything. You're not cooking the vegetables in that liquid. Also, that pickle juice is also part pickle juice or cucumber juice that's eked out into the pickle juice. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Did I explain
Yeah.
that okay?
I think
I'm a
so.
little confused. All right, once this liquid comes to a boil, you're going to add the sliced red onion to it and then remove it from heat immediately. So it's going to happen that quickly. So it boils, you put the onions in, you turn it off, you set it aside, and just let it rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Nate.
Actually, wait,
I went over.
I missed a step. It's going to boil, you're going to put them in, and then once you turn off the heat, you're going to add a tablespoon of chopped dill, and then let it rest.
We gotta get some dill ready.
Get your dill ready.
Yeah, look at
Now,
this.
Jess, I would say you're not going to use all of that dill.
No, this is not a
Hey,
table.
what's your deal?
What's your
What's
deal?
your deal?
What's your
What's
dill?
your deal? It feels so good. I just want to I love dill.
With the dill?
Man,
Yeah.
I love herbs too.
Herbs and I could just live together forever.
I have a lovely bunch of dill that Nate got. It's very pretty. I like to use dill on popcorn.
Yeah.
Dill and popcorn,
Wait,
that
but
sounds
Kristen-
delicious.
Kristen,
Yeah.
do you put fresh dill on popcorn or do you do the dried dill?
Whatever I got.
Mm-hmm.
So usually
Nice.
dry.
All right.
Ooh, the sound in here is, hear that? Chop in. It's chopping. Oh, wait, Nate, say it one more time. The order of things is, this is going to boil.
This is going to boil. When it comes to a boil, we're going to add the red onions to it. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to add the dill. We're going to set it aside for later.
Okay.
And I would
Nate,
recommend giving it a little bit of a
Nate.
stir.
I can see the liquid coming out of the.
Oh,
Out
yeah.
of
Oh,
the
my
zucchini.
God. It's dripping out like mad. Ooh,
Absolutely.
yes, rosemary on popcorn sounds delightful. Thank you. I just want popcorn now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting to boil here. Got a little bit of a boil going on.
Mine is bubbling.
There we go. You can see that from the overhead cam. All right, and I'm just gonna gently add the onions to this mixture.
I had to put a lid on my pot because it wasn't boiling fast enough.
That is a pro tip. It boils a lot quicker with a lid on.
I don't know where the lids are because this isn't my kitchen, but it's going well. It's going to be fine.
Great. Woohoo!
Does it need to be like boily or just around the edges boily? Like ramen noodle
I would say
boily?
like boily. Like like while it's doing that, add the onions. See, mine's still boiling, and then boom, turn it off. Add the dill.
Ooh, mine's boiling. Okay.
It happens quick.
Ooh,
There we go. Just mix that dill in.
Okay, turn it off.
And then go ahead and set that on a back burner, set it aside. There we go. Now, something I like to do with this, if I'm just making some red onions, pickled red onions, I like to grab a mason jar and throw them right in there. You know, put the lid on, put it in the fridge, let them chill.
Yeah.
They'll be good in the fridge for about a week as quick pickles.
Woo! I just put my face over it.
What did you do?
I put my face over them. I just inhaled.
Why
it.
did you?
It's very because I wanted
Jessica, why?
Because I wanted to know. I'm crying a little bit, but it smelled really good. Okay. Everything's okay.
Perfect.
Everything. Okay.
All right, we're all on the same page now. Got our
Let's do
got
it.
our onions resting. Cool.
Yep.
We'll move on to the next step of today's production. We're gonna grab a second pot. There we go. You're going to
Second pot.
put 3 cups of water, a little pinch of salt,
Yeah.
and you're going to bring that to a boil.
Oh, wow.
We're boiling everything.
We are boiling. This is a boiling show today.
And
When
then-
this comes to a boil, oh wait, check this out. Kathy Minster's asking, can I give 5 uses for pickled onions? Yeah. 1, put it in omelets. 2, put it on sandwiches. 3, eat them straight out the jar. 4, you could put them on a steak. And 5, and one of my favorites, serve them with zucchini cakes. There's 5 things you could use pickled onions for.
These are 5
Look up.
things.
5 things.
We're putting salt in this water.
Yes, I would say just about a pinch of salt. Scientifically, adding a little bit of salt
That's
to your
the
water will
Italian.
help raise the boiling. Yeah, it'll help maintain the boil. It'll
It's
bring the temperature up.
Great. And
What
then we
you're
just
going to do
turn
is
that-
once this starts to simmer, you don't even have to wait for a full boil, but once it's hot enough, you're going to add your cashews to it. And I measured out for Kristen and Jessica a cup of, a little over a cup of cashews. There we go. I'm just dumping them right in my hot water.
Oh, you can just put it
Grab
in
a little
already?
spatula. Well, I was starting to get a little bit of a simmer. So once,
Oh, you are. Okay. I got it. Sorry.
yeah, you can,
Nice. All right, cashews.
we're gonna leave it on high, and we want to do that for about 5 minutes. So see, with this cashew sauce that we're making, this is technically how they make cashew cheese or vegan cheese with cashews. One of the steps that you could do is you could soak the cashews overnight, or at the very least for 2 hours ahead of time. And if you're like me and you're like cooking or throwing things together, sometimes things happen last minute. Like you're like, oh, you know what? I want to make some cashew cheese, or I want to make a cashew sauce. And you don't have that 2 hours to soak. So this is the quick way or the cheat way, because what we're going to do with these cashews is we're going to boil them for 5 minutes.
Did you say cheap or cheat?
Cheat.
Cheap way?
Cheat.
Cheat. Thank you. Thank you.
Cheat with a cheater. Cheetah.
No.
Just got some cool cheetah wallpaper. So there we go. So
I
We're gonna-
want you to have cheetah wallpaper so bad. Sorry.
I honestly have to take a picture of it. Jenny and I did put some up in our guest bedroom. So
Nice.
it's like cheetah wallpaper. It's fantastic
yeah.
as an accent wall.
Okay.
So if you guys learn nothing from this show about cooking zucchini cakes, you can learn a decorating tip. It says never too late for cheetah wallpaper. I love it.
Oh, never too late. Never too late for cheetah wallpaper.
Spice
Okay,
up
so
my
you're gonna
life.
boil.
Sorry. So when there's like tiny little bubbles, is that when
Yes.
you put in?
Yeah, you can put your cashews in. Right in the hot water.
Not there yet.
And then I'm just stirring it.
You can give it a little stir occasionally. We're gonna heat this for 5 minutes. Then we're going to set it aside like we did the red onions, the pickled red onions. And we're just going to let it cool down naturally. The extra time, because you want to leave it in about 30 to 40 minutes in the hot water so that it softens up the cashews to where when you blend it up in your NutriBullet or your blender or your Ninja or with mortar and pestle, that it softens and it becomes creamy, like a soft cheese spread is the consistency you will be looking for.
Nice.
All right.
I really wish that we had mortars and pestles, because then it would make me feel like we're like old timey chemists. So next time, can we?
Next time for sure, I'll work in a mortar and pestle recipe, in which we need a mortar and pestle. It's just fun to say, mortar and pestle. Okay.
Yes.
While we're waiting for this to boil, there's a few things that we could prep for our crab cakes. We could slice. We have to chop a half a cup of parsley. We're going to do about a half a cup of sliced green onions. We're going to chop fine the celery that I gave you, about a stalk or two of celery. So we can get started chopping on that while we're boiling our cashews. So I'm going to come over here with we're going to start with the green onions. Love me some green onions. They're probably my second favorite next to shallots.
Yeah, those shallots those shallots were amazing.
Those were good shallots. Now, in prepping your green onions, you'll notice that some of them may have like dead or limp or dried out pieces. You can go ahead and remove those.
Yes.
Yes.
Jessica, don't be talking about limp green onions on here.
Mine are nice and firm.
It happens every once in a while. It just happens every once in a while that you get a limp green onion. It's fine.
Do. This one is a little limp. Okay. Yes, Nate.
Okay.
What happens next?
Here we go. I'm going to teach you about slicing up some green onions. Now, what you want to do is, as you're looking at the onion, I'm going to bring this up to the camera just so you can see. You're going to cut the little tip off. You're going to cut that little tip, but not too much. You want to leave some of that white part. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. So that we're looking like this. And you're only going to go about halfway up. As you feel there we go. We're starting to get a little boil there on our, there we go.
Nice.
Just going to turn that down a little bit. Turn that down, let it boil there. Just checking the time, make sure that we do about 5 minutes on that. Okay, so with the green onions, you're going to slice about halfway up. As you feel the green onion, you're going to feel like where it becomes firm and where it stops being as firm. So you're going to cut up until about that thin part that's not as firm.
Okay, so what I've heard so far is I've heard look out for the limp ones, cut just the tip, and look for where it's firm. Is that? Am I right?
You are right. There's nothing wrong about what you said when it comes to green onions. And you're gonna slice these probably about as thin as you did the red onions, about like somewhere in between 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch.
Okay.
Right.
Whoa, they just flew.
And I would do the whole bunch. Just give the whole bunch a go. Just slicing those down.
But you don't want those floppy ends. You're saying get the onion part.
Yeah, the onion part of the green onions.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thin floppy ends of them, you can go ahead and put it in the compost. Save that for later.
Great.
I think it's good for chewing.
Are you going to chew
Give
it
it a
right
chew.
now?
Yeah. If you just take this and you just go, well, not quite so sure what we should do. but I'll think about it.
It's darn near perfect, this little town we got here. This doesn't taste so good, though.
Darn near perfect. Okay.
Okay, onions.
All right.
There we go.
Gorgeous.
If you have that second red onion, here we go. What I'm going to do with my red onion, you can, see, I'm going to do this with my red onion and my celery. I'm going to go ahead and grab my box grater again, and I'm just going to go ahead and, there we go.
Ooh, Kathy has that good question, Nate.
Oh, the back of my knife, can I demo correct cutting technique? Absolutely. I would say we're going to use about half of this red onion.
Okay.
We're grating the red onion too? Oh,
yeah,
yes.
but you could also chop it into fine bits. You can chop that into fine bits.
Only fine bits. Only fine. No unfine. No uncouth bits do we want.
No uncouth bits. Okay. Let's check on your.
There we go. Yeah. Got some onions. Woo! That's another crayon.
Here we go. I'll take the celery now. I'll demonstrate a little knife technique. Okay, you wanna hold the knife from the handle side. You know, you've got the back of the knife and then the sharp part. You're going to take the knife and with your non-knife hand, you're going to create what's known as the claw, in which you tuck the tips of your fingers under. And here we are. We're going to just slide the knife back and forth, letting the knife do the work. It's less of a chopping motion and more of just a gliding across the vegetables.
Gliding across the vegetables. I like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
And it's important that you have a sharp knife. This way you don't require too much pressure or there's less chance of slippage. There we go.
Nice.
Some good celery chunks.
I love celery. I know a lot of people don't, but just chomping on some celery, I could do it.
Like this?
Anytime.
Let's see. I don't know what we should do about it, but I'll think on it.
I feel like I could talk down into it. And it, Now that's happened. We did that.
You're going to want to chop these up real fine. In fact, if you wanted to take your box grater and go ahead with the celery, go ahead and shred that celery right up.
Grater.
Tiny little celery pieces. Tiny.
There we go.
Yeah, Nate, I feel like what you're trying to do is get all the pieces pretty much the same size for your cake. Yeah?
You are correct.
Oh, this is going in the cake, right?
This is going into the crab cake. All of these pieces.
I gotta chop some serious chopping to do here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now, how much of this, are we doing both stalks of the celery?
Yes, you're going to do 2 stalks of the celery. Okay. You want about a half a cup. Half a cup of chopped or shredded celery. Here we go. Now, right about now, you can take, if it's been about 5 minutes for you, you can go ahead and take the cashews off of the heat and just set them aside. Leave them in their water.
We are not there yet for me. I pretty much just put them in.
I was not timing them. But I'm going to finish this celery and then take that off.
Wonderful.
I just want to eat the cakes and they're not made yet.
Oh, well, they'll be made soon. Have no fear. This will come together pretty quickly.
I'm excited. Nate, what brought you to choose this recipe?
Well, I wanted to do something vegan. A lot of my restaurant career has been working in vegan restaurants. I've been vegan and vegetarian for years before I started eating meat again recently.
Good for you.
So-
No, I'm kidding.
That's a typical response. Good for you.
Yeah.
But it's
No, there's a lot of
also
vegan people out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's important for
But
the
it-
planet.
this is also a recipe I love. It's just it comes together so simply. It's got a lot of flavor. It's not super difficult to execute. And, for this time of year, like I said, it's good spring flavors. Nice and light. In fact, one of the main ingredients we're going to be using soon in here is some Old Bay, which is a standard ingredient in crab cakes. We're making zucchini cakes.
And if you go to Philly and you go to a game, you can get something called crab fries, which is basically just French fries with Old Bay seasoning on them, and they're really good.
Are you talking about like Chicky and Pete's?
Yeah, Chicky and Pete's crab fries.
Chicky and Pete's back in Philly. Oh, yeah. With that good cheese
Oh, wait,
dipping
you
sauce.
You both got Philly connections. You're both Philly.
Yeah.
What's the name of the baseball,
Gritty?
the guy? Yeah, Gritty. I was showing him today.
Philly Fanatic. Philly Fanatic
Philly
is
Fanatic.
baseball. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gritty
You're
is hockey.
You're right.
You're
right.
They're both monsters.
My niece just started playing softball, and she now is really into both softball and baseball. And so Aunt Jess is excited because Aunt Jess loves baseball. And we were looking at him, and she was like, "He's the coolest." And I'm like, "Yeah, he is."
Yeah.
The baseball
The
team's
Fanatic
not.
is the best.
He is.
The San Francisco
Okay.
Giants are the coolest baseball team.
But as
Okay,
far
this
as
is
baseball
so-
mascots go,
Yeah, Gritty. I mean the Fanatic. Sorry. Excuse me.
Did you guys know that the word salary comes from the word celery? No, I'm kidding. No, it doesn't. But it does. It does come from the word salt.
I would like to be paid in celery, please.
Yeah. No, but it does come from the word salt. Actually.
Salt.
yes, because
Yes.
because soldiers used to get paid in salt, I believe, at one point in time, and that's where the expression "worth his weight in salt" or "worth his salt."
Yeah, worth is salt. It's weight
Yeah.
in gold, but worth is salt.
Weight in gold, worth his salt.
Oh.
Worth his weight in salt.
Right. I like I like worth and salt.
Like Lot's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy, now we've gone biblical. Oh shit.
Oh,
There's
shit.
no going
We've
back.
gone biblical.
Now that's
Okay.
all we can talk about is the Bible. Go. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I'd rather get back into
Baseball.
cooking.
Yeah, cooking, baseball, springtime, bunnies. What's next, Nate?
What's next is you're going to go back to your zucchini and
Okay.
you're going to press it down into the colander, just squeezing out any of the excess liquid.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna notice that it's become pretty liquidy.
It is real.
Pretty
there's some
juicy.
Juice in here. That green juice. Would that taste so bad? Should we drink it?
No, it'll actually be a little salty because of the salt that you use to extract the juice. But
Can
yeah,
I share? I want,
just kinda-
I want the people to see. I don't know if we
So
can
you're
see this.
saying,
green-
just the tip of the green onion, make sure it's firm, and it'll taste a little salty. It'll taste just
Yes.
a little.
Yeah, Nate.
You are
Nate, Is
correct.
that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying there?
yes.
It looks like if you flaccid
Yeah, you
to
see if-
firm. Yes, Abby. We got you. It looks like this is what would come out of the Incredible Hulk. If you squeezed the Incredible Hulk, this is the color of his blood.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how long my
Probably.
cashews have been in. But
Well,
I
they
think
should
my
be-
cashews are ready.
If they've been boiling for a few minutes, then you can just turn it off, set it on the back burner, and let it sit for a little bit.
Oh,
Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to, after we've squeezed out some of that liquid, we're going to go ahead and dump off the extra liquid.
dump it. Now, can you actually get all this liquid? There's so much. Oh, juices.
You want to get a lot of the liquid, but I mean, you're not going to want to squeeze it dry.
Okay, don't squeeze it dry. Wait, Kristen, can you go backwards and add squeeze it dry?
Yeah.
How does it go?
Squeeze
How
it
does it go?
dry.
How does
It's going to taste a little salty after you squeeze it dry. Make sure it's firm. No limp ones.
Yep.
These are all the highlights. Okay, so now that you have the zucchini, you're going to add that to the bowl after you dumped off the liquid. And now you can start adding the green onions, the red onions, the celery. You can go about a half
Throw
cup.
it in there.
Half cup of chopped parsley in there.
Oh, I never chopped the parsley. I gotta chop some parsley? Okay.
Give it a little chop. Let's chop up that parsley.
Chop it.
Here
I
we
think
go,
that
making some cakes.
There is now zucchini everywhere in this brand new kitchen. I'm gonna. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Y'all,
You can go ahead and mix up these ingredients.
You said a half a cup of parsley, Nate?
Yes. You do like a small handful. It's a little bit of parsley.
Yeah.
Chopping parsley. Chopping parsley.
We were chopping celery earlier, and I wanted to sing that, but I restrained myself.
And then you made a bunch of puns.
Yeah, you're
including
right. That's
Squeeze it till
totally,
it's dry.
Yeah, it's totally true. Oh, Nate, this cooking thing, it's a lot of work.
It's
It's a little bit of work here.
Yeah.
Oh, this parsley smells good.
All right, I got the
Okay.
parsley, I got the onions, I got some celery, I got some zucchini.
Okay, you got that all mixed together, looking nice and good.
Yeah.
Mix it.
There we go. You can
Mix
mix it up, and you can just set that aside for a second.
Okay.
Because now we're going to start working on the cheese sauce, the cashew
God.
sauce, if you will.
This is what I'm the most afraid of. I'm going to tell you because I told you the truth about what happened last time, but I messed up the cheese sauce, which was basically the entire recipe. So, but I'm going to do it because
that's
guess
fine.
what? Mistakes
You know
are
what?
gifts.
Absolutely. And you're gonna knock this one out the park.
Okay.
So-
Thank you, Nate.
What I want you to do is grab a cup measure. Just be careful
Cup
because the
measure.
liquid still could be hot. You're
Okay.
going to take 1 cup of this beautiful liquid from the cashews and put that into your NutriBullet.
Just the
There
liquid.
we go. Just be a little careful with that. I got a little splash over here.
Oh boy.
Is it supposed to be purple?
Yes. Look at that.
Okay.
Nice little
Look, I'm
purplish color there.
Nice.
A little murky.
All right. Not a merkin.
Oh goodness. Jessica Zutro.
All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to drain off the rest of the liquid from the cashews.
Okay.
You can reuse your colander if you'd like. Get a clean colander if you want.
All right. Did you say it was
All right,
a
and then
cup of this liquid, Nate?
1 cup of the liquid. 1 cup.
Okay.
And then
we're guessing.
About a cup. We'll say about a cup.
Great. And
There we
then
go.
now we
And then-
have cashew.
Okay, now you want to add the cashew and, to the liquid that you have in your NutriBullet.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Good.
Baby.
You're now going to add a half a cup of lemon juice.
Which is one of those little guys or both of them?
Both of those little guys that I gave you. It's about 3 squeezed lemons worth of juice.
Half a cup of lemon juice. I'm getting excited. I gotta slow down. Okay.
There we go. You're going to add about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, plus the juice, the capers.
Just a
got that
tablespoon,
in
not the whole bowl. Not the whole bowl of capers is what you're saying to me.
Correct, not the whole bowl. You're going to add a half a teaspoon of dry mustard.
Teaspoon. You put the capers and the mustard and you
There we
mix
go.
it all up.
You're going to go about a half cup of dill,
Oh,
and a
more
half
dill.
cup of parsley.
Okay, gotta chop that.
Well, I'm just breaking it up and putting it in there
Oh, great. I love that.
because
Just ripping
it's
it
just
up.
going to chop right up in there.
Yeah.
Because it's a bullet. It's a bullet.
It is a NutriBullet. You want to make sure that you don't fill these things too full.
Oh,
Yeah,
great,
I'm
there's a
worried that
line.
mine's going to be too full. It's already
Okay,
pretty full.
You
Yeah,
can do
I
it
wanna dump
half
out.
at a. Yeah, if you want to dump out a little, like half of it, and make your
Okay.
sauce half at a time.
I
Yeah.
don't know
That's
what the
what I'll
line is.
do. That's the ticket.
Okay,
Is the
we're
ticket.
just gonna.
And add a little pinch of salt,
Okay.
a little pinch of salt, a little bit of cracked pepper in there. There we
Ooh,
go.
what is happening? Question: were we supposed to do something with garlic? Is that later?
Yes, that garlic. I missed a step. We're gonna chop up that garlic and then add that to the zucchini mixture that you have sitting right there.
Okay.
We can do that in a second, but right now we're in the middle of cashew sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a
Gotta make
bunch
sure
of
the-
capers go in, right?
Bunch of capers. All right, we're gonna see
That's
how
what-
this goes. Got the lid on tight.
We
Question.
haven't done anything with the Old Bay yet, or is that supposed to be in the bullet?
No, the Old Bay you're going to mix with the breadcrumbs, but we're getting to that
Okay.
soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
So then we put the
All right.
lid on this guy.
Yeah, make sure
Yeah.
it's tight.
Uh-oh.
That's what I say.
There we go. Good blend.
Mine's not going.
What?
Mine's not going.
Well, okay. So you probably, if the lid's not on exactly right, it won't
Okay.
go.
Try again.
And then you have these
Okay.
little prongs that you have to put in
Okay.
the right slot.
Okay.
And then you press it down.
So put the prawns in the spot.
Ah.
Oh, there's a lot of. Oh, yeah!
There you go.
There we go.
Bullet!
You did it. You did it. How fine do we want this puree, Nate?
Oh yeah, just whip it right up. Just get
All right.
it into a nice sauce.
Yeah.
That is a good green sauce.
I
Yeah.
love this magic. My hands are vibrating. They're vibrating.
Wow, this episode is not safe for work. All right.
This is
All right,
not
we're almost there,
children.
folks.
Okay.
Sorry. We are almost there. Okay, so
Okay.
now that you've got your sauce made, you're going to chop up 2 cloves of garlic
Okay.
and add that to your zucchini mixture, as well as a half a cup of your sauce. So this cashew sauce that you made is going to act as the binder for this. There we go. I'm going to set the extra sauce off to the side. There we go. You're going to just mix this right up. Just kind of fold that right in.
And it's half a cup, right? Of the sauce?
Yes, a half a cup.
Yeah.
Great.
You're going to mix that all in with the veggies. You're going to look something like this. I'm going to bring it up to the camera.
Ooh, that looks
So it's-
great.
Gorgeous.
There we go.
The sound is real good too.
It's got that good mac and cheese sound, right?
Yes.
You know,
it
when
does.
you're mixing mac and cheese, that make-out sound.
Yes, it is. It's a make-out sound. Making our
There we go.
cheese of all kinds. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so the garlic and then a half a cup of sauce. Oh man, I'm trying not to think about the cleanup right now. Goodness,
Okay,
it's
so-
fine.
You're going to take your breadcrumbs.
Make a mess,
You're
clean
gonna
up
add-
later. That's what you do.
Yes.
You're going to add a tablespoon of Old Bay to your breadcrumbs. I would say a healthy pinch of salt. Just a little bit of cracked pepper. There we go. And you're going to mix these dry ingredients up well. This is so that the seasonings and flavors get all through. You don't have like a little pocket of Old Bay. Good mouthful of Old Bay. And once your dry ingredients are mixed, you can slowly start to incorporate that into your zucchini mixture. So a little bit at a time.
Cool. Just the whole bread, the whole breading?
Yes, that whole little bag, I measured it out for you. It should be a cup and a half of breadcrumbs.
All right. Mixing this through. And then we just gradually mix it in, right?
Gradually mix it in. Just kind of fold it in. Mix it up. Once again, this will help avoid some of the lumps.
I think my cakes are going to be lumpy.
Oh, yeah.
Nate, I'm so sorry. I was a few steps behind. So I now have the dry ingredients. So I put the breadcrumbs in the bowl.
No, you're going to... Is that an empty bowl? Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, breadcrumbs in the bowl.
Okay,
And then you're going to add the Old Bay and some salt and pepper.
great. Thank you.
All right. Mixing it up. We got some real nice cakes over here. Some zucchini cakes.
Yeah.
You got
Once-
some zucchini.
I wish
Once you're
that
good and mixed-
zucchini cake was my nickname, but you can't give yourself a nickname.
No,
No, you
someone
cannot.
else has to.
Yeah.
And I love that
Once
we
you're
all
zu-
just unequivocally said that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, Nate.
Once we're all mixed up here, you're going to take a saute pan and put it on about medium to medium high. So like right in between medium and high. You're going to warm up your saute pan. go. Good cakey consistency.
Wow.
The backwards question is, oh, hey, Stanley.
Oh, we got dogs going on over here. We got dogs going on.
Smell the food. Smell the food.
Let the dogs out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Breadcrumbs go into zucchini mixture a little at a time. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes, a little bit at a time. I would say a quarter of it, mix it up. Half of it, mix it up.
Okay. My
Okay,
gosh.
we're now gonna get to
We're
making some zucchini cakes.
All right.
All right, so once your pan's hot,
Doing this whole time. Yeah.
once your pan's hot, you're gonna add about a tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil today.
Olive oil.
Grab a little spatula. You're gonna want your oil to get nice and hot, but not smoke.
Thank you, Tara.
Nice. And Nate, we definitely need to use all these breadcrumbs, right? Because
Yes.
Is that right?
I would say go ahead and
Make
use
it
all the breadcrumbs.
No matter what.
No matter
No
you'll
matter
notice
what.
as
use all the breadcrumbs no matter what.
Please, Adrian. Sorry.
all right, so
That was
now
my
that your pan's hot, once you have a hot pan with the oil in it, I'm taking an ice cream scoop. You want to take an ice cream scoop, probably a medium scoop. You could use a spoon if you want to, or you could make patties with your hands. But for consistency's sake, I say use an ice cream scoop. You're gonna put it in the pan and then just take the back of the scoop and flatten it out a little. Just give it a little push down. There we go.
Push down.
There we go. I'm gonna make a few in the pan here.
I'm trying not to get anxious since I'm behind. I'm just listening. I'm calm.
You are
gonna be
exactly where you need to be right now. You are
Thank you.
exactly where you need to be. I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit. There we go.
Okay, now we take a scoop and we press it down in the pan.
You could either use the back of the scoop or you could use your spatula just to kind of flatten them a little bit.
All right.
This seems like a lot of breadcrumbs. But I'm trusting. Go with the flow, they say.
I appreciate the trust on this.
It's just bringing it back to improv, right? Don't think about the end of the scene. You can't predict the end. You need to protect the present, be in the moment,
Yeah.
listen and respond.
Exactly. So I've
think I've got
got 3 zucchini
two
cakes going in the pan right now.
Ooh, look how cute they are.
There you go, three little zucchini cakes. While we're cooking these, I'm going to set up the plate.
Oh my
There we
gosh,
go.
Nate, that's exciting. Okay. After you do that,
We'll
I
take
might need help getting the pan ready, but once you do that, and I'll ask.
Here
for
we go.
directions.
I can walk you through. What question do you have with your pan?
So, my pan is on here. I put some
Okay.
oil in the pan or no oil in the pan?
Oil.
You're going to turn it to medium high heat, or yeah, medium to medium high heat,
Okay.
depending on your stove.
Good.
You're going to add about a tablespoon of oil to it and let it get hot. But you don't want to let it smoke. You don't want to let it get smoky hot, but just so you're not cooking in a cold pan.
Oh, that's a teaspoon. Okay. Yes. Not cooking in a cold pan.
There we go.
I like
give,
it.
give a little flattening.
Nice.
You hear it sizzling a little bit?
Zucchini cakes. Cooking up
Cooking
zucchini
up
cakes.
zucchini cakes. Zucchini cakes.
Cooking up zucchini cakes.
Okay, so
Zucchini.
I take some of the sauce mixture that I made and I just put that on a plate. You can do a little push. You can spread it around the plate if you want. Just
Woo! Look at that.
little fun like that.
Fancy.
The next thing I'm gonna do, fancy, is I'm going back to these beautiful pickled red onions,
Pretty.
and I'm
Those
just
are
going
so
to
pretty.
grab a little bunch of them, put them right there in the middle of the sauce there. Here we go. Let's
That's great.
get myself out of the way. A little bit like that. There we go, creating a little bed for the zucchini cakes.
Nice. That looks great, Nate. I gotta wait for these to brown a little bit more, but
Yeah, you can be patient with them.
Now, if the oil, it should be sizzling, or if it's sizzling, should I turn it down?
If it should sizzle when you put it in there. If it's sizzling too much, if you find that it's cooking too quickly, or you're browning or even blackening too quickly, yeah, go ahead and turn your heat down. You could do all this on a medium heat if you want.
I'm gonna take a slow ride. Take it
Well, friends.
easy.
my zucchini cakes are cooking, and I just need some time to think about it. Thinking
think
it's going
about
real good.
I'm excited to see how this is all gonna work out.
Yeah.
Get a little-
Nate, let's see your presentation again. Let me see your plate.
You see the plate? There we go. I'll bring it up,
Boy, that looks
bring it up
great.
to the camera a little
Those
bit.
red onions look beautiful.
Did you give them a taste? If you're a fan of pickled red onions, go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
They're sweet,
goodness.
they're sour, they got a crunch to them.
This smells so good.
There we
I
go.
think mine are cooking so
Oh,
good.
wow, they are good. Mmm.
Right?
I'm gonna love them.
And then you just put the cashew sauce that you made underneath, right?
Absolutely. Now this is the presentation I'm doing. If you want to put the sauce on top, if you want to put the onions on top, sauce on the bottom. If you want to put the onions on the side, sauce on the side, because you don't like your food touching. I mean, I'm not judging you here, and that's the way you could set it up.
I love that. Thank you, Nate. Also, Nate, is this a recipe that you developed from a recipe, or is this a recipe you found or someone taught you? How'd you
I want to
know
say
it?
that this is once again, this is a recipe that I developed. It's kind of like one of those back pocket recipes that I make every once in a while, and but yeah, this is probably a culmination of a few different recipes that I've seen or read.
Ooh.
Neat.
There you go. You're starting to get some color on there. And we're just gonna bring that up a little bit. Look at that nice little brown.
Ooh.
You still see that green coming through.
I like that both things are happening, that it's browning, but you can still see what's in it.
There we go. I'm gonna start plating this up.
How thick do you want the cakes, Nate? I feel like mine
How
might be
thick do
too
you want the
thick.
cakes?
How thick do
Well, here
you
we go.
want the cake?
Here's a little thickness for you. You see that right
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
about an inch, half inch. There we go. I'm gonna
Nice.
give this a little hit of salt on top. Maybe even a little sprinkle of the Old Bay.
Mmm.
Ooh.
I used all my Old Bay.
All right. Here we go. I'm just gonna set this right here. Hey, John, you want to come take a taste of this?
Yes, John, you do.
I'm just gonna... It's John Tim, our tech guy. We gotta say hi to John.
Hey, John!
He's doing all the behind the scenes stuff for us.
I'm gonna smell this the whole time. It smells so good. Oh man.
Looking good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in here too.
Really good. Damn.
A little.
That sauce
Get in
has a lot
there.
of flavor.
Yeah, that sauce does have a lot of flavor.
Flavorful.
What you're looking for here is a nice little crispness on the edges. The cakiness inside isn't too dry.
Wait, there's mine.
Oh, that is beautiful, Kristen. You are knocking it out the park.
Gorgeous.
That's a great presentation right there.
I'm excited to eat this.
You should be. It's delicious.
Thank you for teaching me how to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Listen, I have so many. I'm gonna be eating this every day.
Yeah, this recipe makes about a dozen of these crab cakes, or zucchini cakes, if you will.
Wow.
How you doing over there, Jess?
I'm doing
Plating it
good.
up.
Oh, I'm plating it up. I was trying to do something fancy, but I think it's okay if it's not fancy. It's gonna taste amazing. Just getting the onions. Ooh, how do I get those? Are these too? No, they're not.
Maybe a little tongs or a fork.
I
Wow,
just
that
need
tastes
nothing.
really good.
Dun, da, 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 da,
Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm so excited to bite it. But I turn off my oven while I'm eating, and then. Where's my fork?
All right, well, those are the zucchini cakes.
Yeah,
do you think?
well done. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
This
right.
is so good.
You're not just saying that, Jess?
No, not like last. Like I messed up so bad last time. And I will say, the flavors, the sauce, and the onion.
It's just
It's
so
like
much flavor
spring-
right there.
What I'd say is, it's like spring in your mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
got spring in your mouth. There we go.
Oh, Nate, this is great. We did it. We did zucchini cakes. High five.
High five.
Yeah.
Oh, high five. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right.
Good work, friends.
So
Well, thank you both for-
wrapping up?
Yeah, we're wrapping up right now. Do either of you have anything you want to plug right now while you're on the show? Anything going on with you?
I just want to remind everyone, or tell you for the first time, that Sunday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time is our student showcase. So if you want to see the joy that is improv, come on down, go to our website, curiouscomedy.org. You can pay $0 or you can pay $1 million. And either way, you can get in and see our students shine.
Yes, and then the very next week, starting on Monday, we have free intro to improv classes. That's 100% free for you to try out. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time at curiouscomedy.org. You can register. And if you like those free intro to improv classes, you can join us for our next session starting on May 3rd.
Woohoo!
Hey, Nate, thanks for teaching us how to cook zucchini cakes.
Kristen, Jessica, thank you both for coming and doing this show with me. Also, special thanks to Stacey Hillel and John Tim, and for doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff and support of the show. And thanks to Dana West, who did that graphic at the opening of the show, the clips from the last show. So that's great job. So yeah, thanks a lot, and thank you to all you tuning in and watching this show. I hope you catch more of this Cooking with Nate. Check our other episodes. They're now up on YouTube. Like and subscribe. I think that's what the kids are saying these days.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot.
See you next month.
Woo! now it's cleanup with Nate.
Yeah.